Have you ever set a big, outrageous goal only to lose momentum halfway through? If that. Well, you're not alone. Today, I'm going to share 2 proven strategies that are going to help you not only set, but also achieve your goals. So I worked in sales for 13 years as a commercial director at a global tech company. And my entire job was focused on setting and achieving goals. So it was something that I was pretty good at. But then when I started my own business and I tried to transfer those skills over, it was honestly impossible. So I needed to learn new skills that helped me become accountable without a manager, but most importantly, stay motivated when things got tough. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. But before we dive into the details, I need to talk to you about the most important part of this exercise, and that's your bigger vision. So what is that bigger vision that you feel emotionally connected with? For me, it was spending the majority of my time doing something that I actually wanted to do and that I actually enjoyed doing, which is helping people. So I quit my corporate job. I basically gave myself no choice but to see this through. I became a certified life coach and launched the Kindness Catalog, which is my online business focused on helping people thrive through life and live intentionally. For you, begin exploring what that bigger vision looks like. It needs to be something that makes you want to jump out of bed in the morning. And if it doesn't, maybe you need to think of another vision. In fact, studies show that people with clear written goals are 42% more likely to achieve them. But there's a catch. You need to feel emotionally connected to your goals. So whilst you're having a think, I'd love to know that initial long-term vision that pops into your head, whether it's to get healthier, travel more, save more, do more in life in general, whatever it is, drop it in the comment box below. And this is for you personally now, but be specific. You don't have to share specifically with me or anyone else, but for yourself, to be accountable, to keep it measurable and stay on track. How much weight do you want to lose? How many countries do you want to travel to this year? Whatever it is, be specific. Because when it feels personal and personable, that's what's going to make it stick. So the 12-week year is a simple but powerful concept developed by Brian P. Moran. And basically it helps us think in terms of 12-week sprints, or in my mind, I like to think of it as a quarter, 3 months of the year, instead of a full year. Now, this is important because when we give ourselves too much time to achieve anything, we procrastinate. Now, you may not be one of those people that used to leave your exam revision to the night before your exam, but you find that leading up to the exam date, you do tend to work harder and harder in the majority of people. So give yourself less time for you to stay focused. And that means that every day will count, every hour will count towards your goals. So for me, launching the Kindness Catalog was so overwhelming. I had a list as long as my arm of things that I needed to do, things that I needed to learn, people that I needed to call, like you name it, it was on the list. And so I needed a clear, actionable plan to make it happen. So here's how I did it using the 12-week year principles. Set 3 big goals for the 12-week sprint. So for me, it was launch the Kindness Catalog on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, produce 20 high-quality videos, and master 3 new tools that contribute to my business. So look, like at a glance, you might think, are they big goals? You know, how hard is it to create a handle on YouTube or Instagram? But honestly, like the thought that went into the consistency of branding, the effort was insane, but it is absolutely worth it. So fulfilling to know that that is what I achieved within the first 12 weeks. So to break that down further, that takes me to point number 2. break goals into weekly actions, which then get broken down into a daily to-do list. So each week I set myself small specific actions that I need to accomplish in order for me to reach my 12-week goals. Now for you, it could be, go to the gym X amount of times, do a certain amount of average steps per day, or to formulate a rough business plan for my side hustle. Whatever it is, break it down into actionable steps. Things that aren't going to overwhelm you at the beginning of the week, otherwise you're never going to get it done. Number 3, the weekly review. So at the end of each week, this is kind of brutal, but I give myself a score out of 10. Like, how well did I do this week? And honestly, you don't need to do this in your weekly review, but for me, it was super important because I transitioned out of that corporate world and I was so used to having that constant feedback loop with my manager. I needed to do this to stay accountable and stay on track. Did I complete everything I had planned? And if not, what specifically got in the way? Also, it's an opportunity to pause and celebrate your wins. Like, celebrating the wins is so important. So for me personally, I've got a catalog of rewards. So at the end of the week, I'm like, what do I deserve tonight? No, but really, is it like a takeaway? Is it, going for dinner with my husband, booking in a massage, having a long, undistracted walk with my dogs? Whatever it is, I truly enjoy it. Because if you don't do this reflection and you do end up binging on that Netflix show or ordering that takeaway, you may have in the back of your mind that guilt, like, do I deserve this? Well, do your weekly review and you can have it there in black and white. Like, I deserve this and I'm going to enjoy it. And that will really prevent burnout in the long run. I know this is a lot, so to make it super easy, I've created a free 12-week planning workbook and basically replicated all of my own methods and questions in a very pretty design, which took me a very long time, but you can download that free from the description below. And also, whilst you're down there, if you don't mind giving this video a little like and maybe subscribing to my channel, that would be much appreciated to help other people like you and like myself achieve their goals in just 12 weeks. Now let's talk about something a little bit different, NLP, which stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming. One of its core techniques is visualization, which helps you prime the brain for success. And another of its techniques is anchoring, which helps you easily recall those feelings of success, motivation, whatever it may be, whenever you need them. So most people might prefer to start their day like this, but I personally like to wind down after a long day, get into bed, and do my 10-minute guided meditation focused on visualization for success. So if you want to give it a go, check out my free, yeah, of course it's free, 10-minute guided meditation in the link above, and I'm sure that you'll really enjoy it. So we ease into a meditative, relaxed state with a few simple breathing techniques. And then we simply live out our dreams in our minds. So we do what we would be doing if we were to achieve and be living our goals. And we feel how we would be feeling if we were to achieve our goals. And honestly, it's incredible. And then we end with an anchor to be able to recall those same feelings anytime we like. But it doesn't just work once or twice, or even 3 times. You need to do this repeatedly over the course of a few weeks to truly be able to recall the exact same feelings that you felt during your meditation. Now, it could be anything. Index finger and thumb, hand on heart, scratch your head, pick your nose. No, I'm just joking, but you could literally do anything. So for me, I meditate with my hands above my head. So over time, I decided that this is actually a really cool pose to be like cheering yourself on. So I clench my fist at the end and I'm like, I don't actually move, but in my mind I'm like, yeah, go Jess. And it works really well in the bed. But then when it comes to, going into the gym and wanting to get pumped for a kick-ass session or going into a big presentation and trying to recall those feelings, it is possible to do this action and look normal in public, but you can definitely pick a simpler one. So pick anything you like, just make sure that it's easy to do in public. And I'm not just telling you this, I'm living it. I can't tell you the amount of big, high-stake pitches with CEOs that I've been in, and I've gone to the bathroom and cheered myself on. Honestly, this could be a game changer for you too. So to kickstart your 12-week journey to achieving your goals, here are some daily and weekly questions to get you started. For the daily questions, you can either start your day like this, or I personally like to end my day like this in preparation for the following day, but it's personal preference. What are the top 3 actions I must complete today to move closer to each of my 3 goals? Am I staying aligned with my goals or getting distracted by less important tasks? What's the one thing I can do to make today a success? Then for the weekly questions, either on a Friday once you've closed up for the day, or again, personally, I like to do it on a Sunday in preparation for the following week. Did I complete my key tasks for the week? And if not, what stopped me? What worked well and what didn't? Based on this, what should I say yes to and what should I say no to? So in the same planning session, you also can plan ahead for the following week. What are my top 3 priorities for the upcoming week? What tasks do I need to complete to make significant progress on my goals? What potential obstacles might come up and how can I plan to overcome them? Is there anything I need to learn or improve on next week? And then my favorite, how can I reward myself for staying on track? Now look, at a glance, you might be like, seem like quite a few questions here. How long is this gonna take me? Don't know if I want to commit to this. Honestly, this will not take long. 2 minutes to plan daily. You've already got your weekly set of actions. You simply need to look at it and be like, oh, I'm gonna do this today. And then at the end of your week, your review and also your plan for the next week is going to take you 10 to 15 minutes. And every week, there's going to be a few key questions that jump out at you, depending on how well you performed in the previous week. So some weeks you might be like, hey, I've had a great week. Do I really need to put that much effort into what worked well, what didn't? Like, no, just keep doing what you're doing. Some weeks you're gonna have a terrible week, you're gonna deviate off course and you're gonna say, I need to say no to ordering food every night. I need to not have meaningless hangouts. I need to really commit to a timed schedule in my calendar. Like whatever it is, there are going to be a few key questions that jump out at you every week. The magic of combining the 12-week year, NLP and regular check-ins is the fact that it will keep you focused, consistent, motivated when things get tough and on track, and you can make progress every single day. You don't have to wait for the end of the year. Here's my final ask. What's the one big goal that you want to achieve in the next 12 weeks? Now, if you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and I promise you, I'm going to be sharing some amazing free life coaching, forward-thinking tools with you very soon. See you in the next one. Bye.